Hey everyone, Kyle here from Kyle Plays. Here today bringing you a D&D video and a D&D preparation video, to be more specific. I thought it'd be fun to do a little challenge to challenge myself and also to challenge other dungeon masters out there who feel like they may not have enough time to prepare uh, maybe even a rough outline for a session. I feel like sometimes you could just be winging it, improvising it the entire way, and it's kind of stressful. Some players love doing that. I like to have a little bit of prep to know kind of some story beats that my party can go through throughout the session, a couple of encounters, things like that. So I thought, okay, what if you had only 10 minutes to prepare for a session? Could you come up with enough material to help you in those 10 minutes? And I think you can. And I'm going to prove it here. I've got a blank Word document open. I also have a timer right here. See? Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit start. I'm going to give myself 5 seconds. 0. No, we don't want an hour. 1, 0, 5. We'll just start at 50 seconds to give ourselves a little bit of a heads up. But we'll go back here. So the idea is we're going to have only 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to prepare for your session. What are you going to come up with? You're scrambling for ideas. And, it's been a tough week. You've got to come up with something. So in 10 minutes, we're going to come up with a location, a encounter, some skill-based challenges, basically to go over, to give you enough material maybe for about 2 to 3 hours of, playtime. That may not be enough for you, but we're going to go through and we're going to try it and see how it goes. So at 10 minutes, here we go. Okay, so we're going to need a location, right? Location. So you can do a couple of different things here. You can do like, if your party is in a forest, desert, city encounters, right? So this might be campaign dependent, but you can also, even if it's kind of a in between session, right? So their main base is in a city somewhere, and you say, "Hey, there's a quest to be done in a other location." This is where you come up with ideas for that. So you can do on a sailing ship, cool one. You can even do an airship if your campaign allows for that. So a couple of different locations there. Plot threads, these are important. So why are they going to that said location? An important PC has gone missing. Now this could be someone that they already know, an NPC in your established world that your players love, and they've gone missing. Maybe it's a beloved, tavern keeper or shopkeeper or a blacksmith or someone of royalty, or maybe even like a leader of a thieves guild or something. Gone missing, and someone's come to you to help find them. If you come up with some random NPC, your party may not go for it. They'd be like, well, who cares? We don't know who that is. So an important NPC, I'm going to put to the party, gone missing. So that's one plot thread. You can also do something like, if your players are more loot focused, you can say, there was a powerful magic item found at X location. Or there was rumors, right? There were rumors of a powerful magic item found at X location. If your party's a little bit higher level, you could do something fun like introducing the deck of new things. To which, if some of your players may know what that is, and may not, and then that might give them more motivation to go out and find it. Let's see, the party is kidnapped. This is always it can be fun, but it also can be something that you want to maybe check with the players ahead of time for. Player agency is very important, and this is something that you have to build up trust between you and your players with. If you just say, okay, you all wake up in this dungeon cell, you don't have any of your items or your weapons, you have nothing. Some of your players may not like that, so stuff like this is important to kind of throw up ahead of time, like, hey, like, are you okay if I take away some of your agency for a plot thread? You just have to have that trust with your players first before you go and do something like that. Because if you don't have that trust with the players and you try to force something like that, you can run into a problem. So I'm going to put a little asterisk around that just because. Okay, we're at 6 minutes. We only got 6 minutes left. So we have to decide on location. We got plot thread. We need monsters, right? So let's go ahead and choose, because your monsters are going to depend on where your location is, right? So we're going to say location is desert. And we're going to say an important NPC to the party has gone missing. Now monsters, this can help you narrow down monsters for location, right? So in the desert, you have like giant sandworms. You've got giant scorpions. You can have like raiders / bandits. You can have elementals. So you can have a whole bunch of different monsters. For the purpose of this, I say we're going to go giant scorpion, because I know for sure that's in the monster manual. You have your location. Your plot thread is that an important NPC to the party's gone missing. They were last seen traveling towards this desert. You've got a monster picked out, giant scorpions. You can even do raiders and bandits that they come across, right? If you need some fluff for that. But the giant scorpion, you can take that and you can make that our boss monster. So we're actually going to go over here. Giant scorpion body. Go to roll 20. Here you've got your attributes. So obviously, depending on what level your players are, this may be too easy, this may be hard. For you have to challenge level 3 here. For say you've got a party of level 5 characters, right? 15 armor class, it's fairly high, but at level 5, a lot of times they're going to be able to hit that pretty regularly. 52 hit points is not a whole lot, especially if it's just one giant scorpion. So what you can do with this and make this into kind of an epic giant scorpion, right? So you're going to say, okay, we're going to copy this. We're going to copy this. Giant scorpion. We're gonna beef this guy up. So armor class 15, I think that's fine. Hit points, let's make this guy beefy. So we're gonna give him 150 hit points. Especially if it's just the only monster, and if you've got 4 to 5 people, level 5 kind of wailing on it, it's gonna be able to. It's got to take a beating, right? So what else we got here? Multi-attack makes 3 attacks, 2 with its claw, 1 with its sting. That's pretty good. Sting, we'll give it a legendary action. I know it's like, well, it's, we'll give it a boss action. And we'll say something like, can burrow underground, reappear 3 times per combat. So we can even say this is like a boss reaction, right? So say someone's going to try to make an attack on it. As a reaction, right, it can burrow underground and then reappear on its turn. Reappear on its turn 3 times. So it's got 3 of those reactions. We bumped up its, health to 152. So now it's really going to feel more like a boss encounter. It can hit 3 times. It's something a little bit different. It can burrow underground and reappear. It's going to kind of catch your players off guard. And so, giant scorpion boss. We got our boss. We got some raiders, bandits. You can sprinkle in there for some, easier encounters if you want. Maybe they can come across a camp. Right. Players come across bandit camp and find evidence that the NPC was being kept there. And you can do something like that to where, you find maybe the NPC's cloak or important item, and then, maybe there's a bandit left alive, or there was clues. You sprinkle clues throughout this camp after the players defeat them to then lead them off into the direction of the desert. Or maybe even the bandits are, recovering from a giant fight, the fight with the giant scorpion they had, and they've come back to their camp to kind of recoup, and then they run into the players. So things like that. Ooh, we're at 30 seconds. We got a location, we've got a plot thread, we've got a monster here, monster boss that we've kind of tweaked. We've got some Ragers bandits we can sprinkle in. And then let's see, what else do you need? I mean, basically, after they've beaten the giant scorpion, you can maybe sprinkle in more clues to lead to where the NPC is. Maybe he slipped through a timer is up. Okay. Maybe what you can do is to finish this thought, the NPC maybe fell through, right, into, say, like a underground cavern. So now you've got a whole nother scenario, right, a whole nother part of the session to where they have to go into this underground part, and now they have to go through these caves, underground caves, by the NPC. So that was a 10-minute D&D prep. You can kind of see my level of thinking here. And obviously, 10 minutes goes by really quick. You can go through, you can spend another 10 minutes really easily, right? Players find the ground cave system where NPC fell into. And then you can go through and you can find it underground. So you can go through, you can like find a pre-done map of these. You can Google it, D&D cave systems, right? And you can take that and you can kind of use that as a guide for you to go through. And you don't have to go through and make up the cave yourself. You can take something that somebody else has already made. If they put it out as a free resource, that's great. If it's costs a couple of dollars, hey man, $2 or $3 to go through and save you a bunch of time making up a cave or a underground system, right? An underground dungeon for your session is a huge time saver. I really can't stress enough. You're doing a lot as a DM already, right? You're going through, you're improvising, you're coming up with plot threads, and you're doing all this work in itself. You want to make it easy on yourself, taking pre-made assets that's already available. If you're into that, if you rather go through and do everything yourself, you can do that. It's just going to take more time. But if you're short on time, taking the assets that are already available and then just tweaking it to your current session is going to be awesome. And your players are going to feel like the world is so full and so much in depth. They're not going to sit there and think, that sounds awfully familiar to this and that. There's plenty of resources for dungeon masters out there to go through and to make things take things that have already been made and to really make it into your own. So I encourage you to do that. So that was a 10-minute video. I mean, obviously it's gone a little bit longer. We're at 15 minutes right now. But we've gone through, we've got a location, we've got a plot thread, we got a monster, we got a monster boss, and some more plot threads of where your party can go. And you can take it from there. So this is just obviously to inspire you to think, okay, I only got 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes before my session. You can open up a Word document like this, and you can go through and you can actually come up with a decent, starting point for your session. And then, depending on what the players do, it can obviously go off rails completely. It can go into another direction, which you can improvise. But if you need a starting point, this is a great way to do that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like it, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm going to be making more of these helpful D&D DM videos, kind of along these lines, where coming up with ideas or taking monsters and tweaking them, things along that nature. So if you're interested, please subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care. Bye.